My awakening started about 3 years ago. I feel I've been going through phases of gaining knowledge and realizations, but I still feel lost. It feels like nothing is happening, and that leaves me not knowing what direction to take. Do I just surrender? I feel so stagnant, and it's making me feel depressed. Okay, so this question here, this is really common. I get this question a lot. And basically what's happening to this viewer is they're in what's known as the void stage of the spiritual awakening. I talk about that a lot. There are 6 stages of spiritual awakening. If you haven't seen my video on the 6 stages of spiritual awakening, look it up on my YouTube channel. I think it's my most viral video. And it takes you through the 6 stages of spiritual awakening. One of those stages is called the void. And literally the void is when all of the doors, it feels like the universe closes all of the doors on you and you feel like you don't know what direction to go in. Nothing's happening. Everything seems still. And so a lot of times when people are in the void, they can go a little crazy. They can feel a lot of pressure. They can feel very nervous. They can feel very restless. And it's because the energy that they're bringing into the void is actually what's causing that. All right. So I want to address that here in this question, in answering this question. And that is that if you're in the void stage of spiritual awakening, nothing is wrong. There's nothing going wrong. The reason that a lot of people have issues when they're in the void stage is an important stage of the spiritual awakening, because what's happening is you've come through a significant amount of healing. There's a lot of stuff that's going on energetically. And then there comes a point where the universe closes all doors, but it's not closing the doors because it doesn't love you. It's not closing all doors because you're doing something wrong. It's closing all the doors in order to prepare you for the next phase. So what this viewer is calling stagnation, it's not stagnation. It's not stagnation. Stillness, being still and being stagnant these are not synonyms. Okay. And so what's happening in the void, the doors are closing, but you could think of the void sort of like a cocoon. Okay. So imagine this. Would a caterpillar ever get in a cocoon and say, I'm stagnant, or I'm stuck, or I'm trapped? You've never met a caterpillar do that, because if a caterpillar complained about being in a cocoon, she would never turn into a butterfly. Okay. And so that's what the void is. The void is the closing in of everything, but the closing in of everything that is preparing you for metamorphosis, for the next phase of what's coming. So there is nothing wrong when you're in the void. The only part of you that thinks there's something wrong is this right here. And it's because we're very templated to be in masculine energy. We constantly have to be on the move. And so we have this internal judgment. Then when something's not moving, there's something wrong. Okay. A lack of movement, there's something wrong. But that's an unhealed masculine, excessive masculine energy that says that. Feminine energy would never say that, all right? So being still, when you're still, there's nothing wrong with that. When you go to bed at night and you sleep for 6 hours or 8 hours straight and your body's just, lying there still sleeping, is there anything wrong with that? There's nothing wrong, right? There is nothing inherently wrong with stillness or with nothing happening. And when you kind of let go of the excessive masculine dominance that always has to be doing something, and if the masculine dominant energy isn't doing something, you start to feel restless. This is a point when you're in the void. That's the point where you use this time of cocooning to train yourself to be comfortable when things are moving and to be comfortable when things are still. This is where you learn how to temper the masculine energy and develop your feminine energy. Again, there is nothing wrong. So this viewer actually had a great little tip when she said, do I just surrender? Yes, surrender and become comfortable in the void. Be as comfortable when life is still as when it's moving. It's so important for us to create mastery in movement and in stillness, because life moves in ebbs and flow constantly. Sometimes things move, sometimes they don't. And again, there's nothing inherently wrong with stillness. The moment that the viewer that asked this question, the moment that you remove the judgment that there is something inherently wrong with stillness, your problems with the void stage of the spiritual awakening are going to disintegrate. And what you'll notice is that the more comfortable you are with a lack of movement, the faster the doors will start opening. Okay, so that's a little bit about the void. That's what's going on with this viewer. Don't fight it. Heal that restless energy. Heal that judgment that there's something wrong with the void and that there's something wrong with stillness. Remember, maybe substitute the word stagnation. Maybe remove it from your vocabulary and instead add the word stillness. Stillness, totally different energy from stagnation, right? Okay, so and if you want to go deeper, so the void stage that I just talked about in this video, that's actually one of the stages of the spiritual awakening. If you want to go deeper with me on a little bit more on the spiritual awakening, I actually have an upcoming masterclass, a free live masterclass. It's called The 3 Secrets of Mastering a Tough Spiritual Awakening. I'm going to be sharing some secrets with you on how to overcome it. I'm going to be answering live questions for everybody who's joining the live. And then we're going to finish with the live activation for the whole group. So if you want to join this free masterclass, it's going to be on July 20th. I'm going to leave links in the description box below. It's not going to be on YouTube, so you have to register for this webinar, for this masterclass, in order to be sent a private link so you can have access to the masterclass on July 20th. So if this is something that interests you, I'll see you on the masterclass on July 20th. I hope this helps.